Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today I'm looking at series 3 or series 3 episode 3, sorry, of the series that I'm doing, looking at deep diving teams. And today's team is Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa is another strange team in the sense of they've lost some massive players in Morgan Rogers and Yuri Tillemans. And I was thinking this might be a struggle this season for them. Losing two key players I was worried might actually really affect their chances, but after watching them in the Super Cup tonight, I don't actually think they're going to struggle that much at all, and I think they've got some time in the transfer window to make some changes. I really like Aston Villa. I think they're a good footballing side. They're good to watch, and they took PSG on tonight, and I was impressed with a few players, particularly their two youngsters, which were. Well, actually, it was three. Allison, when he came on, was a very good player. I've never heard of him before. He looked tidy. John, he's obviously got to come back. He didn't play, but he's exciting. I didn't know they were on the game. But they had a youngster called... I'd have to find out his name from tonight. Let's go on the game tonight from when they played them. They had two youngsters playing, Maggio and Hemmings, who were very, very good in my opinion. I was actually really impressed with how they played, and I actually think they're going to have to be introduced to Sorare. They're not already, because they're going to be around the squad now, 100%. I actually don't think they're on the game. I'll be interested to see the Aston Villa stat, but I don't see their name on the stat, which is interesting. But they look like a serious team. When they played, I was really shocked. I got really honest. I was really shocked. I was expecting them to struggle this season, but evidently they're not going to struggle that much. And actually, when you think about it, they've still got that defence together. They've still got some good players. They've signed João Gomez, good sign. They've just signed João Paulinho tonight, so they have got some good players coming in as well. So yeah, they're not. I don't think they're going to be an interesting team to watch this year, Villa. I don't think anyone expected Morgan Rogers to go in the summer, and I think that was gut-wrenching for Villa. But you cannot turn down over 100 million for him. He's a good player, Morgan Rogers, but is he worth 100 and something million? Is any player worth that? But you then put him in the category with some of the world's best, and I don't know if that is actually Morgan Rogers. I think he's a very good player, don't get me wrong, very good player, but don't know. And I don't blame Aston Villa taking the money, to be brutally honest. I think it's just money you can't turn down. But yeah, looking at their team, it's an interesting one because, again, there's a lot still happening behind the scenes. And unless you're a Villa fan and you could go with a team, there is probably 5 players you could stick with and you do very well with. Don't get me wrong, you could. But I do think there's going to be a lot of in and out of the team. I think there's going to be a few that are going to be, well, with transfers coming in, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. And actually, I really like Sorare EFL's analysis, but I don't know if I agree with his team here, based on what I saw tonight and what I think will go ahead, just because I think what I saw tonight and what I especially see about Garnacho, I don't see him starting over Buendia. This is going to be interesting to see how Villa set up, because obviously they've got Manzambi now, but he plays more like a second forward, so I don't know if they'll go more 4-4-2 maybe, and then Garnacho will go on the left, but Buendia will. I don't know. Buendia again looked good tonight, and I really like Emi Buendia, and I would have him more of a nailed starter, but for me, it's really easy to build a solid 5 here. You've got Martinez, absolutely solid. He's going to be thereabouts. He'll be the goalkeeper, nailed on. I can't, unless he wants to move. He keeps talking about moving for years, but I can't see it happening. I think he's going to stay. The next one would be Ezri Konsa or Pau Torres. I'd probably go with Ezri Konsa. I actually think Ian Matson's a really good shout. Since now Dinier's gone to PSG, I really like Ian Matson. I think he's a really good player, and he played really well tonight against PSG. So I'd be quite happy to stick with Ian Matson, and actually he could be a really good scorer this year. for Aston Villa. Midfield, again, a bit up in the air now. They've signed João Paulinho. Who will he come in for? Will he be just a rotation option between the three? I think Boubacar Kamara, after the way he played last year, will be nailed on. I mean, they've had to sign someone because Onana's out for the whole year, which was absolutely gutting. So it'll be Gomez and Paulinho that will probably share that role. So probably a safe bet will be Boubacar Kamara. My obvious one you go for in these three is John McGinn. John McGinn is just Aston Villa through and through. And actually, towards the end of last season, I think he was a real goal threat, and I wonder if that's going to carry on this season, especially as again this evening he played out on the right again. I think it really suits his game, and I think he could be quite a solid scorer. Do I think he's going to go and get you 100 points most weeks? No. If you want that, I'd go for Manzambi if he's going to play. I think Manzambi will be good, and Buendia to an extent will be really good as well. And obviously Ollie Watkins up front, but then you've now got, I don't know how they're going to balance this. They've got Tammy Abraham and they've got that Brian Maggio, who was excellent tonight. Brian Maggio was brilliant tonight, and I actually put him ahead of Tammy Abraham more not. So I still think Ollie Watkins will be nailed on. There was talk of Ollie Watkins again leaving. I think Man United. Did I hear something? I might have heard something about Man United being interested. I could be wrong. But I really like Ollie Watkins, and I think it could be quite exciting with these three behind him. They're not as strong with. I mean, losing Morgan Rogers is huge for Ollie Watkins, and it'd be interesting to see if he can link up as well with Manzambi. Jury's out for me personally. I'll be interested. And losing Tielemans is massive, but I think they've replaced well. So fair play, they've done well so far. So you obviously looked at the performance tonight. Yeah, Ian Matson for me is really good. Hemmings and Maggio are excellent, but they're not on the game yet. McGinn solid as usual. I thought Buendia was quite good tonight. I know he's great, it doesn't really say it, but I think he could be quite crucial to them this season. So I think the way they play, he will create a lot of opportunities and stuff. So I think he'll get a good AA score. And just looking at their summary, yeah, obviously that we talked about them, and then Paulinho is actually, I think, been confirmed now. And they're in the Champions League, so they can track some big players. So it's kind of for us a bit more about who's coming in now. There are some big names linked with Villa. Firstly, Ruggeri's been linked as a left back. That'll be interesting because if he comes in, I don't really see him as a backup left back. So again, maybe that's why I'd probably stick with Ezri Konsa, because it's probably more of a safe shout. Also, if Ezri Konsa does leave, when there was talk about it, it's going to be to a big Premier League club, so keep that in mind. Jonathan David, interesting. Coop Miners, Ibanez, they've been linked with everyone. Ruben Vargas is a good player. There's a lot of positions they're covering here. There's no... I would say winger comes up a bit. But then I don't think they need... I don't know. It's an interesting one. Villa could go anyway with it, really. This is the problem with Villa. They could... I even heard something about a £40 million bid went in from Hajid Malik from someone today. I don't know, that's Villa. But looking at the parts, obviously, Leon Bailey looking like it's going to leave. Ezri Konsa has been linked. Even Ollie Watkins has been linked. So if Ollie Watkins does leave, then that's really going to open a hole up for that Badjo, isn't it? I mean, I think he could be a good scorer, but it'd be interesting to see. Some of those links are a bit concerning for me. Especially the Ezri Konsa and Watkins one. I mean, that was back in July, so I'm hoping nothing's going to come of that Ollie Watkins one now. So I think he'll be... And nothing really came out of Ezri Konsa. But Arsenal do need a centre-half. So that's one to keep an eye on. So it is going to be an interesting time for Villa. But Villa have got a massive budget now, so they could go and sign some unbelievable players. Like if you look... Noosa, like they can afford Noosa, they could come in. That Musa from Final is very good. Quinones from the Mexico team is brilliant. Rafael Leao they're linked with, Nicholas Jackson, players that could really improve them. There's so many players in there that could really improve Villa. But if you ask me, if I was to pick a stat now, which I have done and I'm going to do because we're basing it off this week. For me, Emi Martinez starting goalkeeper. That's easy, I think. So that'd be my goalkeeper. Now defender, because you don't know what you're going to get. Now, if you wanted to take a risk, Ian Maatsen. I know he scores at low, but remember he came on a lot for Digne. But when he actually starts games, he scores quite well. Like, look at the games he actually starts. Like, the ones we've seen low scores is ones we come. Look, start. He did have a couple of low games. But another game started 60, started off the bench, started off the bench. No, started, sorry. So, actually, when he plays, he's quite good, Maatsen. Esri Concert, if he does stay, would be really good. I actually quite like that price well. £30 ain't too bad for him. Very solid lot, that's very solid. And you'll get England usability of Concert, Maatsen. I don't know, but does he play left back for Holland? I'm not sure. Pau Torres is another one who you'll get good utility out of. Not for Spain, but you'll get good scores with him. Like, he's pretty solid. Like, you can see, solid scorer. Won't get you the 100. So for me, I'm going to stick my neck on the line and go Ian Maatsen. I really liked his performance tonight, and when he plays, he actually scores really well. So I'm going to go with Ian Maatsen. Now, my midfielders. It's interesting because I haven't seen Manzambi link up with the squad yet. And that for me is a bit of an issue in the sense that I don't know what to expect from him. But for me, I just want to have a look at João Gomes, because I think João Gomes got some pretty good scores. Remember, he played for a very, very poor Wolves team last year. So take that away, it's going to be a completely different score. John McGinn again could be pretty solid. I'd probably, if you want to go safe and get a solid score each week, John McGinn, 100%. You know he's going to play every game. But if you want that X factor and that player, you know, that could actually give you that 90s to 100s, like here, then Manzambi's your man. He's got. You saw in the World Cup for Switzerland, he had the ability to change games, and I really like Manzambi. Now, his price. What's his price point? I know he's expensive because it's World Cup. £38, not the worst. It's a little bit on the pricier side. John McGinn, 20 quid for John McGinn. That's ridiculous. I'm paying John McGinn then. I have to pick John McGinn for that price. But I do like both. And that for me, I probably would actually potentially pick both. So my forward options. It's interesting Buendia's in as a forward. That puts me off, the fact he's in as a forward, because I don't know. One thing he will say about Buendia is he's a good scorer when he plays, and I think he'll play quite a lot. My number one nailed on would be Ollie Watkins. I think he's going to score goals. He's a good Sorare player, but he's good. It's a shame I can't get more out of him. Who did he play for? He didn't really play. Was it Man United? What? No. He was at Aston Villa, wasn't he, for the second half? He didn't play. I'm talking about this. Interesting again. I think he looked unreal tonight. Do I think that's going to sustain? Who knows? I think Watkins is a safe shout, but I do like Buendia. So my 5 would be, and I'm going to put my neck on the line, my 5 would be Martinez in goal. I'm going to go Maatsen at defence. I'm going to go... Who am I going to pick for my midfield? I'm just going to check my midfield again. Cause you know what? I'm going to stick my neck on the line and go Manzambi. I think it's the cooler way to go. But John McGinn's a great shout as well. And then Ollie Watkins. And then I'd pick... If you're going to pick another player, you need to pick between Buendia and McGinn for me. So that's my Aston Villa stack. I hope you liked the video. I think Villa will do quite well against you. And the thing to remember with Villa, though, is they will make transfers. So again, for me, this is another team that I'd wait till in the transfer window, because you don't want to make a stack, spend a lot of money, and then suddenly just find those players on the bench. So you don't want that to happen, okay? But yeah, leave a message. if you or comment if you're if you're a Villa fan, and let me know what you think. But if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I will hope to see you on the next one. And don't forget, just because I'm doing this series, I'm still going to be doing my results videos as a separate thing. But I'm really enjoying doing this series, so please like it and let me know if you like it in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.